You know, over the years, I've done quite a few of the old 90s movies I grew up on. I mean, Home Alone 1 and 2, Hocus Pocus, Halloween Town, but somehow I've never done The Parent Trap. I mean, I was literally the target age for this movie, okay? I remember loving it when I was like 10, and I think I've only seen it like once or twice, but all the same, now that I'm slightly older than 10 and allegedly more mature, I figured it was time to take a look back at the classic 1998 Disney movie, The Parent Trap. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Honkai Impact 3rd. If you haven't heard of this game yet, it's made by the same company that makes Genshin Impact, but Honkai Impact is a whole different thing. It's a 3D action game that combines a lot of different genres like hack and slash, social sim, bullet hell, dungeon crawler. There's a whole lot of game in this game. Or that sounded better in my head, but whatever. Now, as of February 16th, they're finalizing part 1 of the main story. Kiana and her friends finally reached the cocoon of finality. And there's a whole lot of new stuff they just added to the game. The Hersher of Finality, Kiana, is a new battlesuit that can either knock enemies airborne or slam them into the ground. There's also the Hersher of Origin, Raiden Mei, who attacks with her wing blades. And like I said, the game is moving into the finale for part 1 of the story, where you need to use the Hershers of Origin, Truth, and Finality to complete the final chapter toward a new tomorrow. Along with this new chapter, of course, there's a ton of new events and outfits, if you're into that kind of thing, like Seal's outfit right here, and also Fallen Rosemary gets a new outfit. The Hersher of Flame Scion, which is a very cool name by the way, has a new look you can buy with crystals, and even Lee Susheng gets a new outfit you can buy with B-chips. Now, this being the 5th anniversary of the GLB server for Honkai Impact 3rd, they're pulling out all the stops for this event, okay? They got new art books in Kinokuniya, Fuguya, and Momie, depending on where you live, as well as limited edition boba and macarons in Kumbai, Cocoa, and Honey and Butter. So if you have any of those close to you, you gotta check them out. And of course, a ton of other stuff to collect if you're a big fan of the game. So click my link down below and use the promo code MKFINAL to get 30 crystals, 2,888 asteroid, very specific number, and a Hersher trial card for free. If you're a new player, there's even more stuff you get if you use my code. So if you're at all interested in this game, click my link down below and download it today. Okay, back to the show. So the movie starts off showing us the cruise ship wedding between the two titular parents of Parent Trap. I mean, there's fireworks, all the debris just falling right in the ocean. Genius idea, guys. Everyone's dancing and romantic, and they even get one of those souvenir photos, which you should never do, by the way, because I'll tell you right now, it'll be the ugliest picture of yourself you've ever seen in your life. Anyway, so the movie then cuts to 11 years and 9 months later, where we meet a tiny little baby Lindsay Lohan on her first day at sleepaway camp.
Could you give me a hand with my duffel? It's the yellow one buried way in there. Sure. Hey, you're from California? Do you like live in Hollywood? Do you like live next door to a movie star? I live in Napa, that's Northern California, and I live next door to a vineyard.
Wow, how relatable for all the other 10-year-old kids watching this movie. Now after this, we also get to meet Annie, another rich girl who came all the way from London to stay at this random American summer camp for some reason.
Come on, let's go.
Well, here we are.
Oh, they sure do look alike, huh? That's probably just coincidence, though. Also, why is she showing up to summer camp in a wool suit? Like, whose idea was this?
Now, you remember, if you change your mind and want me to come here and collect you at the end of camp, I'm only a phone call away.
Thanks, but I'll be fine. Really? See you in 8 weeks, small T.O. pal.
Missing you already. Queen of my heart.
My dude, this girl's like 11. Okay, let's just calm down a little bit. Anyway, so later on, all the girls are doing various activities, one of which is full contact fencing. The heck kind of camp is this? I mean, I went to my fair share of summer camps too, okay? And for boys camps, like the only real activity I can remember is just try not to get murdered by older kids.
The winner and still undefeated champ from Napa, California, Miss Hallie Parker. Do we have any challengers?
I'll take a whack at it.
Okay, we've got ourselves a challenger.
Yeah, so short story shorter, Hallie and Annie end up fencing each other, and they're both just so gosh darn amazing at it. I mean, come on, check out this incredible cartwheel. And after it's over, Annie wins, and Hallie's all harumph harumph. And that's when they actually finally get to look at each other for the first time.
Miss Annie James. All right, girls, shake hands. Come on, girls.
Now, for whatever reason, Hallie is just not even remotely interested in why there's another girl here who looks exactly like her. I guess because she, like, lost the fencing match or whatever, but still, she's, like, not having any of this.
Well, your eyes are much closer together than mine. Your ears, well, don't worry, you'll grow into them. Your teeth are a little crooked. Oh, and that nose. Well, don't worry, dear, those things can be fixed. We'll make a decker for you.
Ma'am, you are 2.5 feet tall and weigh 35 pounds, okay? What are you gonna do? Also, fun fact, this girl in the back here is a little baby Cat Graham from Vampire Diaries. So that night, she goes to this underground Yakuza gambling ring that Annie has set up. What is this? There's like dogfighting in the back. It's a whole thing.
gonna do. I'll make you a little deal. Loser jumps into the lake after the game, but naked.
Wait. I'm sorry. Are these 10-year-old kids, are they playing strip poker in this movie? Where are the camp counselors? And this sets off this like prank rivalry competition between them that ends with Hallie just going full Jigsaw in Annie's cabin. Like she covers him in honey, the ceiling fan's full of razor blades, and ultimately, Hallie and Annie get sent to the isolation cabin.
You two. The isolation cabin.
Now, see, this is how you can tell this is a girls' camp, okay? Because it's like, well, now, both of you are gonna stay in this cabin until you decide to give friendship a try. Because, like, at all the Boy Scout camps I went to, like, if this type of thing happened, they just give both kids machetes.
All right, whoever wins has to eat the other one.
Oh. Oh, gosh, it's stuck. Any of your pictures ruined? Only the beautiful Leo DiCaprio.
Well, hey, you're in luck, Hallie. Just stay 11 for as long as you can, and you might have a chance with him, too. Anyway, so because there's a big old rainstorm going on, they have to stay inside and talk about their feelings, which leads to them making the most important discovery of all time.
Want one? At home, I eat them with peanut butter. You do? That is so weird. So do I. You're kidding. Most people find that totally disgusting.
Wait, most people think that's gross? What kind of psychopaths are you hanging out with? But after that, they also realize that they might be related?
On the count of 3, we'll show them to each other, okay? Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, so apparently Hallie's duffel bag we saw earlier, like half of that is just photos and magazine clippings. This girl went to summer camp with like 2 outfits and 45 pictures of her dad and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Actually, here's a picture of my house. And then who's that? Oh, that's my dad.
You know, I never thought about this when I was a kid, obviously, but like watching the movie now, like this arrangement their parents had is so messed up. Like they get married, have twins, divorce immediately, and then split the twins up and just never mention it again. These 2 girls are gonna have just like the deepest trust issues of all time. Anyway, so after talking things out and realizing the whole like separated twin thing, Hallie gets an idea.
Don't freak out, okay? I think we should switch places. When camp's over, I'll go back to London as you, and you go back to California as me. What? Annie, we can pull it off. We're twins, aren't we?
Hey, wait a minute. This movie's just copying the generation-defining seminal masterpiece, The Princess Switch. I'm onto you, Disney. So once camp is over, they execute Operation Vanessa Hudgens and switch places, with Hallie going to London and Annie goes all the way to California. So then each one can spend time with the other parent they never knew and figure out, like, why the heck they thought any of this was a good idea. So first we have Hallie in London.
Grandfather?
This is the most British-looking man I've ever seen.
Mother.
You're back.
And then, of course, they walk around London together with not Annie in her full pantsuit. Like, who dresses an 11-year-old like this? Now, on the other side of the world, we have Annie posing as Hallie in California, meeting her dad for the first time ever.
Thanks.
Got it?
Oh, gosh. It's him.
Hey, Hal!
All right, okay, Dennis Quaid, let's just calm down with the whole chiseled jawline thing, okay? How do you look this good at 44 and then the day I turned 30, I just woke up looking like...
Something's changed about you, Hal. Oh, I can't put my finger on it, but something about you has definitely changed.
Really? Well, it's just the same old me. Honest.
Oh, she crossed her fingers behind her back. That means she can say whatever she wants and there's no consequences. Okay, so you told me she was just a friend, but then you texted her, I love you, and I can't wait to get rid of this broad? Well, yeah, but I mean, like, when I told you that, I crossed my fingers behind my back, though. Ah, okay, never mind, my bad. Oh, yeah, also, this is Chessie, the housekeeper, which for some reason, like, totally confused me when I was a kid, because I saw her and I was like, wait a minute, this guy has an ex-wife and 2 girlfriends? Wow, I can't wait to be a grown-up. And now here I am, 25 years later, just sitting in my house watching Disney movies by myself.
Did you tell her?
No.
Nicky.
I will.
Tell me what?
Hal, it is none of my business how your father makes a fool out of himself, okay? He's a big boy. Look, you and I both know your father's not some kind of suave, debonair, bachelor of the month type.
What? Excuse me? This dude, Dennis Quaid, this man right here, not the suave, debonair bachelor of the month type. He looks like this and owns like a bajillion-dollar vineyard in California. Literally, what are you talking about? This is like the dude version of when like some really pretty actress in a teen movie, whatever, you know, she's like, oh, I'm so ugly and awkward. I have no friends and no guy would ever ask me to prom. Psh, yeah, okay, get out of here with that ugly kid stolen valor.
They do everything together. They ride together, they swim together.
I want you to meet a friend of mine. Hal, this is Meredith Blake.
Hi.
So after these two broke up, the mom was like, I'm gonna focus on my career and living a fulfilling life with my daughter. And then the dad's just over here like, hey, what if I hooked up with a supermodel? Also, this dude like definitely has a type, you know what I mean? But anyway, so one of the reasons why Hallie and Annie switched in the first place was to find out why their parents broke up 10 years ago and hopefully find a way to bring them back together.
I'll teach you to be me, and you teach me to be you. If we switch, sooner or later, they'll have to unswitch us. And when they do, they'll have to meet again, face to face, after all these years.
But like, okay, the mom is a fake blonde and the dad has dark brown hair and they had two redhead kids. I don't know, I think you two might want to start asking your mom a couple questions. So the entire next act of the movie is just basically like Hallie getting to know her mom better while Annie's doing her best to sabotage her dad's new relationship. But Meredith's not that stupid, okay? She knows something's going on.
I remember what it was like to be 11. I had my first beau at 11.
What?
Soon you'll understand what it's like to be in love.
Me? I don't think so. I don't even have my 12-year-old molars yet.
Oh, well, take it from someone who got their molars very early in life.
So like, is it just me or is this starting to sound kind of a little bit messed up for a kid's movie? You know what I mean? Am I reading too much between the lines here? And if that's not bad enough, things get even worse when the dad decides to just like come out and say this.
I want to know what you think about making Meredith part of the family.
Part of our family? Always wanted a big sister.
Oh,
You're going to adopt Meredith.
going to marry her.
And like, okay, so Hallie had never even heard of Meredith before she left for camp, right? So that means they've been dating for less than that amount of time, and he wants to marry her now? So Annie calls Hallie in the middle of the night to tell her about all this and that the whole plan they had is not really going the way they thought it would. And so throwing all caution to the wind, the final Hail Mary, Hallie realizes there's no time left, so she decides to come clean and go legit.
I have to go out of town today.
Oh, you have to go out of town? And where, may I ask, are you going? Annie?
That's where I have to go. I have to go see Annie.
I see, and where might Annie be?
In Napa with her father, Nick Parker.
You're not Annie.
So the plan is to lie to the mom and have her fly to California thinking the dad wants to see her, but it's actually just a trick, right? Because the dad has no idea. He's just here at the hotel to plan the wedding and meet Meredith's parents.
Okay, they'll be here any minute. Now, be nice, Daddy. He's everything you ever wanted for your little girl, plus millions more.
Then you know I'll be nice.
Hey, Dad, I found the dumb rich guy just like you taught me. And a girl, now you just gotta tell him you're on birth control and never actually take it. That works every time. Now, just to summarize here, one thing leads to another, and the mom sees Dad with Meredith, and she's like, wait a minute, am I being Vanessa Hudgens right now? And the dad sees the mom for a brief second, and he's like, So he runs around the hotel trying to find her, and I just want to give a quick shout out to this girl fixing her wedgie in the background here, and the mom here who just takes one look at Dennis Quaid and just like questions all of her life choices. Man, why'd I have to marry my high school sweetheart? I could have been waking up to that every morning. And then, of course, the dad finally finds the mom, he falls in the pool, it's a whole thing.
I'm stunned to see you, but you don't seem as stunned to see me. All of a sudden on the very day that...
Dad, I can explain why she's here.
Hallie, you know who this is?
Actually, I'm not Hallie. Actually, I am.
And so they get to talking for a bit, and Hallie and Annie kind of trick them into going on a date that will hopefully remind them of the good old days or something like that.
You do get all this, don't you?
Yes, I'm beginning to.
They're recreating the night we met.
Okay, so the story goes they met on a cruise ship that was going from New York to London, and like the wedding at the beginning of the movie says 1986, and then the night they met is also apparently 1986, so that means they met on this cruise and then got married on the same cruise. So they knew each other for like, what, a week, maybe? And now the dad wants to marry Meredith after like a month and a half. This dude's got some weird commitment romance issues, okay? It's like when you have that one uncle who's been married like 7 times and it's just like, hey, you know, I think the problem might just be you. And like the movie tells us that we're supposed to root for them to get back together, right? But no, they dated for like 2 weeks max. They got married and then they're just like, yeah, you know, maybe we should have at least learned each other's middle names before doing all this. I'm just saying, like, 2 11-year-old kids might not be the best judges of what makes a sturdy, healthy relationship. You know what I'm saying?
That's why we came up with the solution that we have.
I thought it was because we decided never to see each other again.
Not we, Liz.
Did I hurt you when I threw that, what was it,
It was a hairdryer.
Anyway, so long story short, the spark is back, kinda, sorta, but Dad's still gonna marry Meredith because that's already in motion, and besides, what if we break each other's hearts again? So what ends up happening is the dad, Meredith, Hallie, and Annie all go on this camping trip together so everyone can, like, bond and be one big old family. But of course, wouldn't you know, these 2 little Kevin McAllisters just try everything they can to get rid of Meredith.
Here you go, Mayor.
She screamed because there was a lizard on a water bottle. And after going through this Home Alone prank marathon, Meredith decides that she's had enough of these 2 demon children and tells the dad what's what.
What's going on?
Here's what's going on, buddy. The day we get married is the day I ship those brats off to Switzerland. Get the picture? It's me or them. Take your pick.
But like, really though, this is the most absurd thing anyone could ever say. Okay, so I want to get married, but first we gotta get rid of those kids, you know what I'm saying? But hey, don't worry, I know a guy who'll make it look like an accident no one's ever gonna know. And so in the end, the dad finally realizes that maybe the whole Meredith thing wasn't such a good idea after all. He and the mom rekindle their relationship, they get remarried, the family's back together again, Annie and Hallie are on the run from Interpol for identity fraud, and that's pretty much where the movie ends. I will say though, jokes aside, this movie holds up a lot better than I thought it would. Like, compared to a lot of kid stuff that Disney makes now, this is just straight up like a good movie. I mean, like, the whole premise is incredibly messed up from top to bottom, but as a movie itself, it's actually way more watchable than I thought it would be. You know, when doing all these movies over the years, one thing I've noticed is we've really lost, like, the family movie. It seems like today everything is like 4 kids, 4 adults, 4 teenagers, and it's like, you know, they're just made for this one specific audience, and that's it. Because back in the 90s especially, and then even into the 2000s, like, you had these movies that were, you know, they were for families. Like I said, like, I think probably the most recent, like, actual good, like, family movie, I think, I don't know, maybe like Disney's Enchanted or something. It's got all the whimsical stuff for kids, but then as an adult you watch it and you're like, oh, this is actually kind of heavy stuff. And like with the movie Parent Trap, you know, it's got all the antics that the kids can enjoy, but like watching it now as an adult, it's almost like a different movie kind of, where you're just like, oh, this movie's kind of dark. and really messed up, but also very heavy, you know? I don't know, I just feel like we don't get these kind of movies anymore. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell, leave a like, leave a comment, all that stuff. Send me an email at alexmeyerscontact@gmail.com or let me know what movies or TV shows you think I should check out next. And above all, let's everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.